Hello students, welcome to this session of Engineering Graphics and Design. Myself, Vimal Salot from LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. In this session, we are going to discuss loci of a point, and in this chapter, we will discuss in this session simple slider crank mechanism and offset slider crank mechanism. So first of all, let us understand what is loci of point. It is defined as a path traced out by the point moving in a space according to some given rule. For example, locus of point P moving in a plane and equidistant from a fixed point. So here one moving point P is given and condition is that it is moving at an equal distance from a fixed point. So let's see what should be the locus of this given point P. So first let us consider fixed point O, another point is moving point P, and let's take the fixed distance as R. So it is a distance R, and at distance R point P moving in this plane in such a way that its distance remains equal from fixed point O. So in this condition, it is a locus of the point, and you can see here it is a circle. So every point on the circle satisfies the given condition. So it is a locus of the point P. Loci is the plural of the locus. Now let's see some examples. First, simple slider crank mechanism. Simple slide crank mechanism is one of the simplest mechanisms which is used in IC etching press, in printing press, etc. Let's see the mechanism. So this mechanism consists of one rotating link. It is known as the crank. Here in this figure, OA is the crank which rotates in some particular direction. Either it may be rotating in clockwise direction or it may be rotating in anti-clockwise direction. This B is slider which reciprocates on this path, on this straight line path. And AB is the connecting rod which connects two ends, and one end is of the crank, another end it is connected with this slider. So when this crank rotates, its motion is rotary motion, and the motion of slider B is a reciprocating motion, and AB is the connecting rod. On AB connecting rod, we can trace out locus of any point P. Here the given data is in a slider crank mechanism, the connecting rod is 160 mm and crank is 40 mm in length. The other end point of the connecting rod on the slider moves along a straight line passing through the center of the crank rotation. Trace the locus of midpoint P of the connecting rod. So given data is, let's take OA as the crank, and OA is equal to 40 mm. Let's take AB as the connecting rod. So AB is 160 mm, and the point P is given is midpoint of connecting rod. So AP is equal to PB equal to 80 mm, and let's assume that rotation of crank is in anti-clockwise direction. So it is the given mechanism. Now let's see how the locus of point P can be drawn. So for that, first draw a circle of radius 40 mm because this crank length is 40. So take some fixed point as center point and draw a circle of radius 40 mm. Radius is 40, so diameter of this circle is 80 mm. We have to consider different position of this crank. So for that, we divide the circle into 8 numbers of and write down the different positions of this crank as A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7 and A8. So these are the different positions of the crank, and we have assumed that it is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. So all the notations are written in anti-clockwise direction. Now it is a locus line of the slider B. Slider B reciprocating on this line. So it will move on this line. So now we have to locate the different positions of the crank, and for that different position of the crank we have to also locate the different positions of this slider. So starting from A1 is the center. Take compass size equal to length of connecting rod, that is 160 mm, and draw an arc on this line. So where it intersects, that is the position of the slider. So here it is the intersecting point. So it is a point B1. Okay, so it is a position when crank is here, slider is here, and it is the position of the midpoint. So mark midpoint of this A1 B1 line, that is P1 point. Next position for the crank is A2 or A2. So keep A2 as the center point, compass size equal to 160 mm, and draw an arc on this line. So here we get the intersecting point, that is the next position of the slider and denoted by B2. And midpoint of this A2 B2 is P2. Next position of the crank in sequence is A3. So keep A3 as the center, compass size equal to 160 mm, and draw an arc on this line. So it is that intersecting point, and it is denoted by B3. So when crank is at position A3, slider will be at the position shown by B3, and midpoint of this A3 B3 is shown here, it is P3. Next position is A4. So from every position of the crank we have to take compass size equal to 160 mm and draw an arc on this path of the slider. So we will get different positions of the slider corresponding to different position of the crank. So these are the different positions from A4, A5, A6, A7, and finally from A8 also we have to mark all these positions of the crank and corresponding position of the slider. So these are the different positions of crank and slider and given point P. So now we have the different position of point P. Join all these points with smooth free-end curve. Once it becomes proper, then make it dark or thick. So it shows the locus of the given point P. Next example is offset slider crank mechanism. Now what is the difference between simple slider crank mechanism and offset slider crank mechanism? Here you can see in this diagram, it is offset slider crank mechanism. OA is the rotating link, that is crank. AB is the connecting rod, but the path of this B, where on this slider slides, is this path, and it has some distance with the center of this crank. So this distance may be any distance. So here in this case we have considered 20 mm. So the point is that the slider does not move on the center line of this crank, but it has some different path and it has some distance with the center of the crank rotation. That's why it is known as offset slider crank mechanism. Example, in a mechanism shown in figure, crank OA 20 mm long rotates about O, and B of the rod AB slides on a straight line. Draw the locus of point P on the rod AB 40 mm from B for one complete revolution of OA. The length of connecting rod AB is 100 mm and offset is 20 mm. Given data is OA is the rotating link crank and OA equal to 20 mm, AB equal to 100 mm, and PB because this is the moving point P, and distance of this point P from B is given as 40. So PB is equal to 40 mm. Offset distance is 20 mm, and we assume that crank is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. So it is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. Now let's draw the locus. So first draw a circle of radius 20 mm. So diameter of circle is 40 mm. Divide this circle into 8 numbers of equal divisions. Write down all the notations in anti-clockwise direction because the crank is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. So these are the notations and different positions of the crank. Draw locus line of the slider, and it should be at a distance of 20 mm from the center line of the crank because it is the offset distance which is given in the data. So the slider B, it is the slider B is moving on this line. So on this locus line, we will get the different position of slider B corresponding to the different position of the rotating crank. Now we have to consider different positions of the crank, and according to we will mark the corresponding position of slider B on this locus line. So keep A1 as the center, compass size equal to length of the connecting rod, that is 100 mm, and draw an arc on this locus line. So this is the intersecting point B1, and distance of B1, distance of given point P from this and B is 40 mm. So from this we have to mark at a distance of 40 mm P1 point. Next position of crank is A2. Keep A2 as the center. Compass size equal to 100 mm. Draw an arc. So here it is the point B2 and it is point P2 at a distance of 40 mm from this B2 point. Next position is A3. Keep A3 as the center. Compass size equal to 100 mm and draw the arc on this locus line. So here is the intersecting point B3 and it is the point P3. Similar procedure we have to do for all the different positions of the crank from A4, A5, A6, A7 and A8. So these are the different positions of the crank and corresponding position of the slider B. And we have all the locations of point P also. Now join all the points with smooth free end curve, and once it becomes proper, then make it dark or thick as shown here. So it is the loci of given point P. Thank you very much for watching.